The chair recognizes the honourable member for Kalani.
Hey boys, Mark. Thank you very much, Madam Speaker. I just want to point out again problems that we face here in the West. This road is, during rainy season, almost completely underwater and impassable. And that was a problem that was recognized even under the Ingham administration when we were doing the road development program that the minister referred to. And this was a part of the program or project to be embarked upon. Madam Speaker, as you can see, this is located in the Kalani constituency, causes great problems with flooding and safety issues. Safety issues. On the southern side of the road, those that are not familiar with the area invariably would try to avoid as much of the water as possible. And on the southern side of the road, the land is quite soft and a ditch is also there. And it was not unusual for many vehicles to fall within the ditch and had to be removed by wrecker and other such facilities. This diversion would now, realignment would now correct it, and there were some issues that we would have been concerned about. Obviously, the entire area experiences flooding, and I would hope as the government embark on this project, before they do it, and I think the minister alluded to it, we do a flow study, so that it would include not only that area but the sea beach area also, because that is a serious issue that we're facing. I'm happy to hear that we would have proper lighting introduced, as that is necessary to minimize crime, because as development occur, then crime obviously would increase. But we'd be very concerned about what type of development is going there, because we'd be concerned especially with noise pollution. And I would hope that we would have multiple of town meetings so that the residents can have their input to deal with it. I was more than happy to hear the minister mentioning that there'd be a no-build zone or no-build area on the western part of the property, because today many residents of the Kalani constituency and from other areas utilize that spot for viewing of the beach, taking pictures. Individuals at low tide would even go on the beach and the rocky points and take pictures, wedding pictures, etc., parties. So it's a very important area that is utilized by the residents and many others. And I'm happy to hear that that would be declared a no-build zone, and extra parking would be made available so that individuals can park and continue to observe the beauty of the beach and the sunlight, etc. Madam Speaker, I note with the road plan that this would go directly through the signage that my association had put up, "Welcome to Sea Beach." So I would hope that the government would include, we have a bad policy of destroying and not replacing. So with this development, our sign that was put up by us, "Welcome to Sea Beach," would be removed. So I would hope that you would put an even better one than is there now, but it must be replaced. But Madam Speaker, the issue of beach access is very, very important. And that's why I'm so happy to hear that that particular point would remain to be utilized by the residents and visitors alike. During my tenure, we had done a complete master plan survey of all the beach access in New Providence. That plan exists, and I would urge the government to, since governments are supposed to be continuous, I would urge the government government to obtain a copy of that plan so that we can open all of those areas that have been closed off, which are official beach access, because Bahamians must have access to the beach for multiple reasons. As you can see, the problems we're experiencing now with the Goodman Bay beach access. Madam Speaker, what many people may not know, at present, approximately half Goodman's Bay is a large open area extending from the hotel heading east and a hotel on the western side. But what has been happening, half of the beach facility is now being utilized by the tourists, guests of the cruise ships, etc. And there are multiple umbrellas, chairs, etc. And therefore, if this is not seriously looked at, we're going to run into the same problems that they have in Paradise Island. So at this point, half of Goodman's Bay during the day may not necessarily be available to the residents because it's all utilized as a commercial entity with umbrellas, chairs, etc. for guests from the cruise ship. Now, I want individuals to take note that Spain had a similar problem with multiple, as tourist numbers increase, their parks and other cultural facilities were overutilized by the tourists. As a result of that, Spain had to close segments of its cultural centers, parks, etc., to limit the number of tourists utilizing the facility so that the guests, not the guests, so that the residents would have access to their own facilities. If we don't take this matter seriously, Madam Speaker, the trend we're going is in a year or two, Goodman's Bay would not be available to us, the locals. Half is already gone, commercialized, whether approved or not, I cannot say. But with the trend, the remaining half will be utilized or taken away from us within the next year or two, which means that Goodman's Bay will no longer be a facility for the local Bahamians to use. And yes, we welcome tourists, just like any other country around the world, but at the same time, we must not compromise our quality of life for our guests. And I ask the minister to be very careful. It's a delicate situation, but we must strike a balance and protect our own. And I would urge the government to look at the map and open all of those access roadways to the beaches for Bahamians. What many of the individuals who are utilizing our access know that that area does not belong to them. And rather than putting brick walls across the access, what they would do is normally put wooden fence or picket fence, knowing that at any particular time, government may come, move in, and subsequently move the fence. But the map is completed. We have completed the map. Some individuals would ask the question, well, you were in power, you've done the map, why didn't you open the access? We had many challenges, and of course the map was a long, tedious process. It had to be done, but it's now completed. So let's complete the process so that the Bahamians would have access to beach. But Madam Speaker, I would urge the ministry that there are certain things that we would be looking forward to. If you are putting in a new roadway, then the Sea Beach area need to be included also. Our road works, we are a pothole, conglomerate of potholes within the area, and this would be a great opportunity not only to do the flood flow studies, but it would be a great opportunity to put in new roadway not only on the new road itself, but also within the Sea Beach area. And we would be happy to participate in any town meeting moving forward so that we would have our input as to what type of facility would go there. because we would be more concerned, especially with noise and rodent pollution. As you know, with Sun Fund, we had great challenges in the past with rodent, and that matter is under control now, and we would not want to go through that process again. But, Madam Speaker, with those few words, Kalani supports the resolution.
Thank you, Honourable Member. Minnis.